Hello, VC, MC, everybody. This is ClarkOVision again, Bev here, and this is a competition entry for Chris over at Farley's Nerdcave. He has just hit 150 subs on his channel since he relaunched a new channel. So congratulations, Chris. I'm pretty sure it'll keep going upwards and upwards. And he is running a competition in honour of the 150, and he's calling it the numbers game, relating to specifically the numbers 1, 5 and 0. The question for his competition is he wants you to show one item, either an album, a movie, or a comic or something that you love, and you have to give 5 reasons why you love this one item, and as a bonus you have to show something which features the number 0, which is the number nothing or 0, or it can be spelled out as in Z-E-R-O. So I'm going to get into it now, and this is the one item I'm showing, and it's Def Leppard Hysteria, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And reason number 1, I've just briefly made a note so that on my phone here, so that I don't have a brain freeze while I'm doing this. Right. 5 reasons why I love this. I absolutely love this album, yes. Reason 1, it features Steve Clark, the late great Steve Clark, and he is my absolute all-time number 1 guitar hero. Number 2, I like the cover art. I like the artwork. It spoke to me right away when I first saw this in '87. It's colourful, it's bright, it's odd, it's just very cool, and it's that is what it is. It's just very cool artwork, and the Def Leppard logo's nice and bright as well. That's number 2. Number 3 is the way this album was written and composed and arranged. There's not another album on the planet that I know of that sounds like this. I personally think this is unique. There's only one, and this is it. And nothing else that I've ever heard or am aware of sounds anything like this in, modern rock. Because it was composed, the musical ideas, a lot of the musical ideas for the way the songs were structured came from Steve. He was a classically trained musician, therefore he knew music theory, he knew the rules of music. I'm not saying that's absolutely necessary, because I know there's a lot of great musicians out there that don't know the music theory and stuff like that, but he did, and I believe if you do know all that stuff, it just expands your capacity for your creative output, and this album showcases that in abundance. He and Mutt Lang, I think, worked the arrangements out. He had ideas, and this is how this album sounds, how it is. If you take, for example, Armageddon, that's one of my favourite songs on the album, but you listen to that song and there is a point in that song where I can pick out at least four different guitar parts, all different parts, playing different things, happening at the same time. I think there might be 5, but I can't quite decide if I'm hearing 5 guitars or if I'm just hearing 4 different guitars. But Steve said in an interview once, when he was asked how they approach what their approach was for the album, and he says musically, he says we approach it like a classical orchestra, and I get what he means, because a classical orchestra is made up of loads of different instruments playing loads of different pieces, and they're all put together. And this is what this is. There's lots of small different pieces, and when they might sound nothing special on their own, but when you put them all together, they create this blended melody. And and I think it takes a certain amount of musical know-how and musical understanding to create something like that. So that's reason 3. I went on a wee bit there, but reason 4, let me just check what I put here. Yeah. Reason 4 was it sounds unique. I kind of blended 2 and 3 together. It sounds like there is no other album like it. And in 1987, at the time they recorded this, they were using all the latest technology that was available at the time to experiment with sounds. Obviously, they used an electronic drum kit because the drummer had a major accident and lost one of his arms. Therefore, technology was needed there. And they were using the Rockmans, the Tom Scholz Rockman, for a certain guitar sound. They did really strange things in making this album and getting sounds. There was EBOs used and God knows what else. And I still think it sounds fresh and modern production-wise today. It doesn't sound dated in a way that perhaps maybe there's a slight more dated sound maybe to Pyromania, but this one, it sounds kind of timeless in a way. So that's that one. And the 5th reason I love this is it holds great memories for me. It goes back to 1987 when I first discovered Def Leppard. And this is the first vinyl record album that I ever owned by a band, not a compilation set or anything, by an actual artist. This was the first one. My dad got it for me. I remember taking the shrink wrap off, and it had a sticker saying something like featuring this hit single Animal, because Animal had just been in our top 10 charts. And when I think back then, I fell in love with this band at the time, and it was, I was about 10, 11, and life was just great. And every time I think back to that period, it always brings a smile on my face, and it's just a time in my life when I was really quite happy discovering Def Leppard and Steve Clark. So that is the 5 reasons for my 1 item. Now the bonus shows something with 0 in it, and I have something. I wasn't sure if I was going to find something, but I do, and it is Asia album. I just recently got this. It's Asia's Astra on cassette. And we have the cassette, and there is a song on here. The first one on side 2, I am hoping you can make it out. Let me see if I can get it to focus. It says Countdown to Zero. I'm not sure if it's going to focus actually, but the song is called Countdown to Zero. And it's spelt Z. I don't know, but yeah, Countdown to Zero, Z-E-R-O. So that is my bonus entry. Yeah, there's no way you're going to make that right now. I need a pair of binoculars for that myself, but trust me, it is there. Yeah, there it is. I think you can sort of get that, even if it's refusing to focus. So, that is my bonus entry into Farley's competition. Thanks very much for watching, and again congrats to Chris at Farley's Nerdcave. Go over and sub if you haven't done that already. He has a great channel, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.